She is the co-founder of Big Plan Holdings, a family holding company investing in commercial real estate, cannabis, music, entertainment, and other unique diversified opportunities. And she's also the CEO of Third Eye High, a badass women's subscription box company that has CBD and non-CBD products. An artist at heart, she has an extensive background in fashion design, senior level retail management, buying, and company branding with professional places including Nordstrom and Claire's Accessories. Welcome, Tara Joseph from Nashville to the Pam Goodwin Show.
Thank you so much, Pam. Thank you for including me today.
It's so great to see you, and thanks for being on the show. I know we haven't met actually in person, but we will next month, which I look forward to doing. We met online, and I'm glad you responded to a message I sent, and I know you love purple and I love purple, so we have that in common, and women entrepreneurs, so I look forward to getting to know you better. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much. Yes, I am one of the co-founders. My husband and I are serial entrepreneurs. We kind of dabble in a lot of things, like you explained, from music to cannabis, CBD. We have a family foundation, real estate investments. And I had veered off and really wanted to go into the women entrepreneur space of women empowerment and bringing women together. And so me, alongside my three amazing partners, we created this women's CBD company it's actually CBD and non-CBD. We have to be categorized as CBD once you carry CBD products inside, but we are a subscription box company that is all about women and feeling good about themselves and creating these wonderful curated full-size, 7 full-size products in every box, alongside bringing women together in all kinds of capacities, all backgrounds, and figuring out a way that we can build each other up, empower each other, and just better each other in bringing them all together.
Wow, that's great. I know there's a lot of different subscription boxes out there. I want to go back because I did read that your husband Josh he was the founder of Grassroots Cannabis based out of Chicago, and then sold it last year for something like $850 million. But my question is, how did you all get into the cannabis business?
That's a really good question. My husband has been in real estate for 25 years and extensive real estate around the country, commercial real estate mostly. And about 5 years ago, his partners and him decided Illinois was going into a pilot program in the cannabis space. And his partners said, you know what, let's try to veer away and not leave real estate entirely, but let's try to dabble in the cannabis space and see where it takes them. And of course, it takes a very, very good team around you. So they really did their due diligence, really did their research, went back and forth to Colorado multiple times to figure out how to apply, because the application process is very, very, very intensive. And they were able to apply for cannabis licenses in Illinois. And they got awarded 3 of them, which is a very big deal because they weren't even in the cannabis space. And from that point on, they quickly had to learn all the rules and regulations, all the laws, all about where real estate was allowed to be held and not be held. And it was really kind of a vast bit of knowledge that they had to learn in a very short period of time. And they went ahead and they built up their company. Again, it's all about the team around you. We've got some very, very smart business guys, but my husband was in charge of finding the real estate around the entire country, navigating what that looks like based on the regulations and where you can place this real estate, and opening up dispensaries. They started opening dispensaries. That moved on into owning their own cultivation centers. And that moved on into opening and basically creating their own products. They went from 3 employees and they weren't really employees. They were the 3 founders plus one more founder. They did that. And then in 5 years, they ended up selling out their company. It became one of the world's, they were the largest privately held cannabis company in the country in 5 years. They had about 1,200 employees when they closed out. They sold out their business to Curaleaf, which is now one of the world's largest cannabis companies, all within 5 years. It really was a crapshoot. They jumped in, they took a dive, and they learned quickly, and it exploded. It was a blessing and a curse because they were working their tails off. And since regulations are very, very different from location to location, honestly, from county to county at this point, they really had to learn a lot in a small period of time. But that's really what it was. They just took a chance.
Wow, that's great. Me being in commercial real estate, it was probably 5 years ago, I would see all those cannabis guys talking about commercial real estate, how to invest in California, how to invest in, and I sat there and watched, and, thank goodness Josh took that chance. That's what, life's all about, taking chances and taking risk, and it sounds like it really paid off, because I couldn't believe when I was doing a little research that the cannabis business, not surprising, but it's now worth, $61 billion. So I'm so happy for the two of you and excited about your new business that you launched, your Third Eye High. How did you come up with the name, and how did you come up with creating a box subscription service, and what makes you different?
We created the name Third Eye High. It's based on the 7 chakras of your body. The third eye is this third chakra of your body. And in the third eye in many religions basically means all kinds of things. It was a kind of the thought process as we wanted to bring all women together. We also we felt like any religion, any background, we wanted everyone to feel like they were part of something. So that's where really the name came from. There was a lot of thought that went into it. As far as our subscription box being different than others, there's a few different ways. One of them is this: we are one of the only subscription boxes that really truly has real certified, tested and true CBD products. We are very fortunate in the space that we were in, being in the cannabis space, that we had vendor relationships that we were able to utilize. And those relationships have helped us get true CBD products. Not all CBD is really tested. Everyone wants to jump on the CBD bandwagon. You can find it at gas stations. You can find it anywhere. But the truth is, people should not be buying their stuff there. We are fortunate that our vendors have complete testing and research behind them. So that's one of the differences that we have. That's different than other cannabis CBD businesses. The other thing is we put 7 full-size products that we are fully testing on in general that are not even CBD inside our boxes. We do not put sample sizes. They are full-size products. So it's almost like a luxury brand in essence. The other thing that's interesting about our boxes is once you subscribe, we have events all over the entire country. And right now I know COVID has made that a little difficult, but in the real world, we have events all over the entire country, and we are making them COVID safe as we are going back into the real world. But these events are pretty much free to every one of our subscribers. Once you subscribe to the box, we offer this ability wherever you are in the country. If we are having an event in that location, we invite you for free. That is part of it. That's also a difference that we have, because a lot of times in subscription box companies, you don't even know the faces behind the curation of the boxes. We really want us to feel like a family. That was part of who we were at Grassroots. My husband's company was very much in tune with all of their patients. We want to be in tune with all of our subscribers and customers and clientele. We want people to know that they can call us. We are a family business. If you have any questions, we are fortunate that we have the education in the CBD world, because one of my partners, that is her specialty. I work with amazing women that all come from various backgrounds, and we come together and we really want to bring women together. So those are some of the differences. I would say the subscription box is pretty much the cherry on top to what you get plus on top of it. You get the ability to have these events, to bring women together, to network, to build each other up, to empower each other. And then on top of it, you get a fabulous box that's really about making yourself feel good as a woman. So those are the differences that I would say that set us apart from other subscription box companies.
I know. I thank you so much for sending my box. I could not believe all of the great stuff, and look forward to trying it all out. Some of these great products. Just like you said, there's so many people out there selling CBD, but you have no idea who to trust. And going with someone like you with all of your expertise, you just sent me this, and I want to try out the tea and all of this stuff. And of course, I had to, you showed how much value and how much you get in each box, and the value of, if I was to buy each one of these individual products, the eyelash and the serum and all of that, how much of a great value it is that you're providing for the women. And we need all of this stuff. So I think it's great. And you said, it's a family business. It's yourself and your daughter, and then you have 2 other women in your company.
Yes. One of the women, actually, she was the patient liaison for our grassroots company. Her space was with the medical cannabis and CBD space. She basically was the one that if you were a patient very ill with whatever, she would help identify what is the best dosages and the medical science behind the CBD and medical cannabis that you would be given. That she knows it like the back of her hand. She knows the science up and down with it. And again, that's why it's so important we have very good ingredients. That's why it's so important that we're able to give that education to people. We will never say that we can cure anything, because that is false information, but we are definitely here willing to help you in any way. Our other person that's a partner in this, she's actually a musician. She is a country musician. Her name is Gabby. She is truly like a sister to me. She is the most incredible person. Maja, Gabby, my daughter, Sydney. Sydney is still in college, and she helped create this business. She's 21 years old. She's a little rock star. What she has learned in helping create a business in the past year and a half has been stuff that she's never even learned in her business college. And she really has helped create a business from the ground up, no pun intended, grassroots style. And so we are so fortunate, and everyone to us, we're like family together, and we're like, there's a sisterhood that's between us. We're all different ages. I am the oldest. But what's so nice about it is we do come from different backgrounds. We do have different stories. We do have different things as women that have happened to us that we can share our stories with. And so, yeah, it is a family business, and it does fall under the heading of the fact that we own multiple businesses as a family. My husband, my daughter Sydney, and my daughter Sophie, and myself.
Wow, that's great. I know on you have several websites, but since you're involved in so much, and to have your 2 daughters with you, helping out with the business has to be so rewarding. What brought you to your, first started off in Chicago and now based in Nashville? And I see that you have an upcoming Shark Tank series to help local investors. It seems, I love that you're helping so many small businesses, but you have this upcoming event in Nashville.
So the Shark Tank event is actually kind of a unique situation. We are very much, our family is very philanthropic. What drives us is honestly giving back and watching people flourish. That's just something that drives our family personally. What we have been wanting to do, I've been in the creative space my entire life. That's how my mind works. My husband is very business, and the 2 of us together, it just works. And what I've always wanted to do is, and we had this opportunity to team up with this incredible woman, Hannah. She brought this idea, and she knew how to pull at our heartstrings, because this is exactly what we love to do. Is she basically said to us, let's create this ability where these small businesses that don't have access to capital, they don't have access to people that really know about the business sense. Because when you're a creative, you don't necessarily, sometimes you're lucky enough to have both, but sometimes you don't know where to start a business or how to create a business. And bring investors that normally stay within their own wheelhouse and may not know about all the fabulous small businesses and creative ideas out there, bring them together and see if we can merge those 2 and have the opportunity for these small businesses to go along with investors and work together to build out their businesses and have the backing and capital, but also have the backing with business sense. And then take those creative people and have those people teach the investors all about a world that they didn't even know about. So we're starting this series for this first time. It's going to be a monthly series. We're going to have different panels of investors that we completely vetted, because it is very important to me that small businesses that come to you do not have an investor that takes over your idea and runs with it. It's very intimidating for small businesses when they have ideas, that when they know that they don't have the capital and you go to somebody that does have the capital. I've created such a business and a thought, and then somebody else runs with that idea. We have vetted these people specifically to know that these are not people that are looking to steal anybody's ideas. It's really about how we can bring people together and work in different avenues that might never have crossed paths before. So this is our new series. It's going to be starting every month. We're always looking for small businesses, and we're looking for investors that want to join the panel.
I love that. So for your Shark Tank series, is it something that you apply for, or how do they reach out? Are you investing a certain amount of money? I know as a women business owner myself, it's always two things. Where do I get the capital, and how do I scale? So it sounds like you'll be able to provide that for a lot of small businesses.
That's the goal. So basically, there's an application process that you get vetted through. If you go to our website, which is www.bigplanholdings.com, the back end of it, you can go and apply as a small business. And they ask you a bunch of questions that you'll go through. Then there's a vetting process. You can see how much money you're looking for as far as capital, the percentage you're looking for that's part of your business, what exactly that you need to help scale your business, all kinds of questions about your business. And then we'll vet through it. And then what's interesting is anyone that's on the panel is not part of the vetting process. We are keeping this basically, so Josh and I that are on every panel, we have no idea anything about the small businesses that are coming to us. There's a vetting process behind the scenes that we're not part of, or neither is Hannah, because we never want any preconceived notion. Oh my goodness, preconceived notion about anybody, and that way we can go in with a full open mind, that anyone that walks in, and they can kind of share our story. And then what it is from that point on, once you come to the panel, and once you apply, and once you get vetted through, and once you get approved to come to the panel, you can also apply multiple times, because we're going to have different people coming in every month. So you can, if you don't get into the first panel, like there's a second panel, there's a panel every month that you can come to. Once you go through that process, you bring all of your information, your business plan, if you have samples of things, whatever it is, the same way Shark Tank is, but on a smaller scale, obviously, and really about creatives. That's really about it. It actually could be, truthfully, it could be about any business, but we find that most creatives, like in different aspects of small business ideas, they're the ones that seem to be applying the most. And then once you get vetted through, then you come and you present your business plan like you would at a regular Shark Tank. And everyone that's there, they sign an NDA, so they cannot steal your idea. They basically sign on that if you make a deal with somebody, you have 30 days as the investor and as the small business to create that, to work on planning that business together. The investor or the person that gives capital or whatever, the business person will help navigate the small business to build out their business further and further.
Wow, what a great opportunity, especially during, this COVID time and pandemic, and so many, small business owners that I know, since I specialize at the time of, restaurants and retailers and commercial real estate. A lot of those people are having to pivot, and come up with new ideas. And so many people have really been creative on what they're coming up with. Are you looking for any particular type of business, or is it just any type of business that just needs capital?
It's really any type of business that needs capital. And it's really, what we have found during COVID, and I don't know if you've noticed this too, but all the creative people, or all the people that can think outside the box or know how to pivot, this is the time that really they're shining, because the people that are so and it's not a bad way, but people that are so corporate or live in a certain way, they just like when something happens, they don't know how to pivot because that's the world they've only lived in. But like, somebody like a musician or somebody that, is an artist or somebody like that, they're so busy, they spend their life always pivoting and coming up with a creative way. And we just find that the small businesses and these creative people that are coming up with these small businesses ideas are really, really thriving right now during COVID because they just know how to pivot with the times. And we're really open to any ideas. It's really whoever wants to come to the panel. It is not just, it's taking place in Nashville, but it's not necessarily just a Nashville based thing. We have people that are applying all over the country.
Well, that's great. So are you limiting it to a certain amount of people, or is it just that you have several investors looking to help? So like you said, you can submit every month and maybe eventually you do reach out to them.
Yes. So every panel is going to have 5 to 10 investors on the panel, and every business for each panel that we have, there's going to be about 10 businesses that come to each one of those. And so, like I said, we do a changing of the panel. My husband already has like investors lined up, but as far as the businesses go, we pick 10 a month. That will come in because again, when you're doing your whole spiel, so to speak, about your business, that is a full day event. So we want to give everybody ample amount of time to be able to discuss and explain their businesses. But again, you can still reapply if you don't get into that 1 month. You can, there's other months that you can get into.
Wow, what a great opportunity. I may have to submit a few of my ideas to you.
You do that. But I won't know until you show up.
Right.
Because I can't know about anything. I have no idea. And that's the whole point of it. I never want anyone to ever come in and think that we knew something about you ahead of time. Mm-hmm. It's the same idea of like the voice, you're turned around, you hear somebody singing, but you just hear their voice first. You just don't want to you don't want to look at somebody and say, oh, that's not going to work, because truthfully, anyone has the ability to become successful. So we are not part of the vetting process, but yeah, so you put your stuff in and we'll see. Hopefully I'll get to see you, Pam.
What a great opportunity. I'll be sure to, when this is posted on all the social media, to put your contact information. I want to find out, I know you and Josh and your 2 daughters are involved in so much, from entertainment to music to real estate. And you just started this, new subscription box company. What else is on your bucket list, if anything? But it sounds right now you're quite busy with so many other opportunities.
Well, our daughter heads up, and again, it's so interesting. Our kids are at a young age, but they have that business sense. So our youngest daughter, who's actually a freshman in college, she heads up our entire family foundation, and basically she helps find charities and companies and organizations that we give back to. We run various fundraisers for them, and she oversees all that. Eventually, she'll be helping with the grant writing and any kind of scholarships that we're going to be giving out to different charities and fundraisers. So we're heavily involved with that. The other thing is we, which I cannot make the full announcement yet, but we have bought a pretty major piece of property downtown Nashville. We are going to be building, we have joined forces with somebody that unfortunately at this moment can't be launched and announced, but it will be in the near term future. But we are going to be building this incredible bar structure downtown Nashville that I really think is going to make a big impact in this Nashville area. So that's pretty interesting. My husband is still doing quite a bit with cannabis and finding real estate around the country. So he's still pretty busy with that. Honestly, we don't really sleep much.
I was going to say everything that you're involved in. I think you even own a restaurant brewery, don't you, in Illinois?
We do. We own a restaurant back home in Chicago, and my husband owns real estate, like a real estate company back home in Chicago. So if I tell you, we maybe, if you could find time between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, we might find a slot to fall asleep. We're pretty busy, but we thrive on it, and it actually it makes us happy. And again, any part that we can give back and participate and use our resources and our networking to help others, that really is our driving force. And we're so fortunate to be able to do everything with our daughters that like, as we're having family phone calls and they're in college, we're doing business and enjoying pleasure too at the same time. So we all have our hands in it, and we do work quite a bit, but a lot of it, I mean, honestly, when you're working and it's fun, it's not necessarily work. It's, it's fun.
I love that. Our two boys are, one is, my husband's in commercial real estate. I'm in commercial real estate, and our oldest is planning on looking at commercial real estate too. He's taking his real estate classes in between college online, and our other one is in San Diego State, and he has a different path. But it's great when one of your kids, like, can be part of the business, or you can share your expertise with them and be part of it. It makes a big difference. So I think that's really neat that your two daughters are involved, especially so young, still a freshman in college, and to be a business entrepreneur. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm excited that you can have your son that you can work with in commercial real estate, and anything that your other child does, the kids, the sky's the limit. They're incredible what they can do. So it is really amazing to see what your kids can grow up and do.
I know. And we've briefly talked about, I told you, regarding me being diagnosed with breast cancer, and I'm on these different Facebook groups, and they're all talking about, should I use CBD or shouldn't I? And I think every single one of them said, yes, use it. It has made a huge difference. So I really look forward to teaming up with, your subscription box on giving back or coming up with something on that can, help your business and help other people. And I just love the idea. So hopefully we can collaborate together.
Oh, we absolutely will. And anything that we can do, like I told you, we can create a box for breast cancer, and we are willing to always do something that's going to help, and especially when it comes to women and how we can help in any way we can. Plus, I'm looking forward to just doing an event with you in Dallas. I'm looking forward to that collaboration too. But CBD does make a difference, especially if you're going through chemotherapy and stuff. People don't even understand that when you're getting so sick from the chemo, that the CBD, there are components in it that just seem to help you get through it. I know, unfortunately, more patients than I needed to know that have gone through breast cancer or other types of cancer, and their CBD has been their saving grace.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. So look forward to that. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, and look forward to hearing more things that you're doing, you and Josh and your family. How can our viewers get a hold of you?
Oh, there's so many different ways. So if you want to follow Third Eye High, we're at Get Third Eye High. If you want to follow Big Plan Holdings, which is our holdings company, it would be at Get Third Eye High, or at Big Plan Holdings. We also have a publishing company, music publishing, and that again, and Instagram is at Edgehill, EDGEHILL Publishing, Edgehill Music Publishing. And then if you want to go just straight into our all-encompassing, that you can reach every one of our businesses at one time, you can go to www.bigplanholdings.com, and that actually is our holding company for all the companies. If you want to go directly to Third Eye High, you can do www.3 EYE3I high HIGH.com. So yeah, there's many different ways that you can locate us. We also have Facebook pages too, which is Get Third Eye High.
I really see all your stuff on Instagram and have a lot of great information. And since I just received your box, I cannot wait to try all of these fabulous products. I need them all. And so I'm this original balm. This looks really, really interesting. And I saw all of the incredible reviews on all of these products. So I know you've done a thorough job, because I looked up each one of them on an individual basis, and all of the reviews on all of these products are great. And the nice thing is, I would never have known about these products by searching them. So by subscribing to your box, don't you do it? Tell me again, Tara, is it 4 times a year that you send out the boxes?
It's 3 times a year. It goes out in January, April, and August. You can buy either one box or you can buy the full subscription. And then we offer a pop box. That's a separate thing that comes up sometimes around the holiday times. And then if we join forces, like if we were to join forces with breast cancer awareness or something like that, we can create a small curated, limited edition box that goes out to help, support that. Like the breast cancer awareness. So, but for the most part, the subscription itself, when you get it, it's 3 boxes for the year. And on top of it, the events that are around the country.
Yeah, that's great. It was so fun receiving the box. I love your packaging. I love your branding. I felt like it was Christmas time by getting all of these really unique gifts. And I'm really excited to try them, especially like you said, half of them or some of them are CBD and then some of them are not. So that's exciting to try new products.
Yeah, well, I'm so excited and I can't wait to hear what you think of them. And you definitely want to soak in that bath salt. It's incredible. And that eye serum in there, just a little knowledge about that. The Theramu company, which is this fabulous CBD company, Bobby Brown, the makeup artist, she teamed up and she helped with that. And she totally supports that eye serum. It works wonders. So I really hope that you enjoy those products as much as we have.
I know I will. I love trying new products. I need some eye serum, so I look forward to trying that. Thanks again, Tara, and it's been great talking to you. I'm just so, happy and thrilled for your family and everything that you're doing to help, and especially women entrepreneurs and your foundation. So it's wonderful. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for including me, and I'm so excited to see what the new things that we're going to be able to create together, Pam.
Thank you. Thanks, Tara.
Thank you.